This is the bubble, the expat bubble, where all the people who travel around settle into when they're in an unfamiliar home. Now, what happens when you're outside the bubble? You're in Microcampus. Hi, my name is Aavia, and I am part of the Limitless group on Microcampus. Some of my hobbies include reading, singing, dancing, acting, and swimming. From April 18th to May 15th, 9 students ventured out into the Yunnan province in a small village called Qizhou to experience the local lifestyle. During this month, we are encouraged to push ourselves in many different ways, such as communicating with the locals, trying new things, and really taking care and being responsible. With no parents to babysit us and no teachers to tell us to stay on task, it was time for us to really conquer ourselves and prove that we are independent. Aside from the independent aspect, Microcampus is a time to select a topic of interest and research about it to eventually create a final product of any form. This is called an inquiry project. I decided to do my project on a lady named Shir Ai and her life story. To understand Shir Ai's journey, one must consider her roots, her life before arriving in Qizhou, and the life she is living today. This is Shir Ai. She is 40 plus years old. Sewing traditional pieces of cloth is her job as well as her hobby. She is 2 doors down from the linen center, and her family is back in her hometown, Guizhou. Shir Ai was born in Guizhou, moved to Suzhou, and then finally moved to Shizhou. She is a Miao minority woman. The Miao people are currently located all around the world. This is the result of the Vietnam War. The Miao people, also known as the Hmong, were mostly peaceful. When the Vietnam War started in 1955, the United States recruited them to fight anti-communists. As the U.S. drew out of the war, the Hmong were left in the hands of the communists, who were then victimized. Later, in the 1980s, many Hmong people came to the U.S. for refuge after being sponsored by a Lutheran church. Fortunately, Shir Ai was not affected by the war. She's just of the Miao and Hmong minority. Before Shir Ai came to Shizhou, she worked in her hometown, Guizhou, as a farmer. Her husband was a worker at the post office, and her 3 boys went to school. Shir Ai loved making traditional clothes for herself before coming to Shizhou. After receiving many compliments about her pieces, she decided to begin a traditional Miao-style textile business for herself. One day, when Shir Ai was at a bus stop in Guizhou, the Linens just happened to be there. They told her that she should open up a shop in Shizhou as well. So after moving to Suzhou, she decided to make the move to Shizhou.
看到我们的穿的衣服，他们就很喜欢。那时候呢，就是说问多少钱，才知道哦，这个
可以卖钱，可以做生意是吧？
对。
Once Shir Ai settled into Shizhou, she began showcasing her works in the Linen Center's first courtyard. This is what gave her the boost to start her own business here. Now, Shir Ai has a store 2 doors down from the center, attracting guests from all over the world, such as France, Spain, the States, Australia, and Chinese. Her family visits Shizhou every time there's a holiday, and she goes back as well, and her mother comes every few months. Shir Ai is currently living a very happy life. The experiences here at Microcampus have really changed me. I have learned to be independent and take risks. Especially when it came to my project, I stepped up and spoke in Mandarin to all my interviewees. This has taught me that when you immerse yourself into something, you will achieve the best outcome. While doing this project, my topic did get altered from where it was initially. I thought I would do a project on the Linen Center, but in the end, it turned into a mix of a case study and the center. I feel that I made the right decision in doing that. The one part in the whole process that did frustrate me was my Mandarin. I personally wanted to reach out to the locals and have a normal conversation with them, but when I attempted to, they could not understand me. It was difficult to get my question across 3 people with me telling my translator, and my translator telling my partner. But overall, I felt that the communication was not too much of an issue because I did obtain some really interesting stories with my partners. For example, with my inquiry project partner, Shir Ai, she was talking about a really strange creature called a goo, and coincidentally, I had just read about the goo in my novel, and I was shocked to hear it from her. This was an aha moment for me, and unfortunately I could not add this into my story because it was quite irrelevant. My project helped me to understand my topic because I was hearing it through a real person's perspective. My thesis statement was, to understand Shirai's journey, one must consider her roots, her life before arriving in Chijo, and the life she's living today. What I wanted to find here in Chijo was a story of a person's life, a life that had been changed by the Linen Center, and I found that 2 doors down the street. I grasped the opportunity to do my project on Shirai, and this helped me get out of my comfort zone to interact with people. As I began warming up to Shirai, I slowly started opening up to the idea of walking down the street and casually greeting people. My inquiry project has shown me that I have the ability to communicate with strangers. With the stereotype that strangers are bad, I felt that I was a little behind in the communication process. If someone had just pushed me to interact with the people earlier on, I feel that I could have been better prepared for my inquiry works. If someone were to continue my inquiry project, I would try to find someone with an even stronger tie to the center and do a story on them. Using the background information on the center and my final product, future students could create their own movies on people's lives. I would like to thank the Linden Center and the staff for making us feel so much at home. Also, I'd like to thank Mr. Taffel, Miss Mai, Ai, the alumni, and all of Shijo for giving us this once-in-a-lifetime experience. Microcampus has brought my true identity out. It is a seed that will stay planted in me forever. Thank you.